Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Miss Elaine's Read Along. Woo! Did you all see the storm on yesterday and last night? We just got a deluge of water yesterday, but we made it through. So if you are here this morning, go ahead and put in the chat, good morning. I am so happy to be here for another Saturday with you. I get to bring you another wonderful book. Today we are reading Samson the Piranha Who Went to Dinner. How many of you all know about piranhas? Now, I'm sure that many of you have had a pet fish growing up. I know I did, and I know my children have had many fish, but I'm sure none of you have had a piranha. But have you heard of piranhas before? Now, when you went to go feed your pet fish, what did you give them? Maybe little flakes of food, yes. But if you had a pet piranha, which I hope you've never had a pet piranha before, you probably would not feed him flakes of food. No, piranhas like to eat meat. They are flesh-eating fish. Have you heard of a flesh-eating fish before? No. But our story today is about a little piranha who wanted to go to dinner. Yes, and it's written by Tadgh Bentley. He wrote and illustrated this book, and I thought it was rather cute. Now, ordinarily, piranhas are not a cute fish, but our main character, Samson, is rather very cute. Yes, he is. So, this is Samson the Piranha Who Went to Dinner. Now, his name is Samson. What was your pet fish name? Now, I cannot remember my pet fish and what his name was, and maybe it was a she, I don't know. But what was your pet fish name? Let me know in the chat if you could remember. I'll have to call my children and ask them, what was the pet fish name? They were very fond of their fish. All right, everyone. I'm so glad to be back. Make sure you put in the chat if you are visiting with us for the first time. Welcome to Miss Elaine's Read Along. I am Miss Elaine, your host. And once again, I am so happy to be with you, to read along with you today. I'm so excited because I get to deliver a book to one of our very first readers. She doesn't know that I'm coming, but I get to visit her today. So thank you so much to her grandmother for setting that up today for me. I'm extremely excited. All right, everyone, shall we read? This is Samson the Piranha Who Went to Dinner by Tadgh Bentley. Samson was a rather adventurous fellow. Look at him. Isn't he cute? He's a cute piranha, right? He's got his hat and he's got his bag. And remember, I told you they eat flesh. So he's got those teeth. While other piranhas stayed close to home, he wanted to explore far and wide. And while they stuck to the same old routine, Samson liked to get out and try new things. I know someone just like Samson. Excuse me, would you like to play a game of tennis? No. Well, how about a trip upstream? No. Sounds like my kind of fish. First of all, Samson dreamed of eating fine food at the fanciest restaurants. But while he drooled at the thought of luscious lily linguine and crispy kelp cakes, the other piranhas ate the same boring food day after day. Look at their food. Fish skeletons. Samson had big dreams. So every day, Samson ate alone, Until one morning he saw something he thought might change their minds. He's reading the newspaper. Fishy Times, fancy restaurants open today. Fancy restaurants open today. Perhaps you gents might care to join me for a. No way. Not for me. Silly Samson, a restaurant is no place for Piranha. Perhaps they were right. With their fearsome features and terrible teeth, piranhas weren't really welcome anywhere, let alone fancy restaurants. See Samson looking in the mirror. Do you think Samson will just give up? Were his friends right? Will they dash his hopes of finally feasting in a fancy restaurant? Let's keep reading. But he had to try, so Samson set off alone and soon arrived at the first restaurant. He smiled his friendliest smile and approached the waiter. Excuse me, sir. I was wondering if I may. Salty mother of mackerel! Uh-oh. Piranha! His friends were right. He couldn't get into a restaurant looking like a piranha, but maybe he could get in looking like something else. He would need a disguise. Samson checked his mustache and fluffed his eyebrows. He could almost taste the luscious lily linguine and the sizzling seaweed sausages. Uh, Pardon me, but I believe you have a reservation for Samson P. Rana. Oh, let me see. Of course, Mr. Rana. Right this way, please. Seems like the disguise is working. Samson peered eagerly into the restaurant, but when he saw the plates piled high with crispy kelp cakes and duckweed sauce, he couldn't help but smile a large, very piranha-like smile. Scaly Neptune's crab cakes. Piranha! That's what you yell if you're swimming in the lake and you see a piranha. And then everyone scatters. Samson's smile disappeared as fast as the fish in the restaurant. He couldn't get into a restaurant, and he didn't fit in at home. Samson felt more and more alone than ever. There was only one more restaurant, one more chance for a fancy meal. This time, he would make sure his costume was perfect. This is it, thought Samson. Look at all of that hair. He's got bows in his hair, and a mustache, and a top hat. Okay. All right, Samson, let's see if this works. He nervously swam up to the final restaurant. Excuse me. My name is Mr. Rana, and I have a restaurant. I have a reservation for this evening. Ah, Monsieur Rana. Of course. Right this way, please. So far, so good. Everyone's dining. It's all good so far. Everyone's in their top hats too. Looks like he's going to fit in, right? Would you like to sample some creamy crab souffle or perhaps some crispy kelp cakes? Samson's mouth watered. Had he finally made it? Please allow me to take your hat. Samson couldn't believe it. His dream was about to come true, but just then, his hat is attached to his hair. Oh no! For the love of smoky sea bass! What does he see? Samson's real self. What does he say? Piranha! And all the fish go scattering. The fish in pearls, hats, glasses. But this time, as the fish scattered away, and that taking their delicious kelp cakes and souffles with them, Samson realized that he wasn't the only fearsome fish who wanted to dine out on fancy food. Look at the other fish at the table who didn't scatter. And with his new friends came a new idea. They would open their own fancy restaurant, and one where the food was so good that this time it wasn't Samson wearing a disguise. Wow. So it's everyone else dressed as a piranha to fit in. Good morning, Scott. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us for the very first time. I'm so glad. Wow. It's so fitting that you would join us on a day that we have a fish dressing up in a disguise. Isn't that funny? Isn't that cool? I'm so glad that you decided to join us today. He says, hi, Rocky. I used to go by Rocky a lifetime ago, but you all can continue to call me Miss Elaine. Yes, that would be fitting. All right, you all. So you see, Samson tried to fit in one place and then another place and then another place until he had this brilliant idea to come up with his own restaurant with friends like him. And then other people had to dress up in order to fit into his establishment. That was a really, really good idea, Samson. And now you can eat at the fine restaurant in peace, right? And no one has to be scared of you. I like this book. It was really, really cute. If you like it too, make sure you head out to your local library or at your favorite book retailer and pick one up for your personal library. I know I'm going to pick one up for mine. I really enjoyed that. Yes, I did. All right, everyone. I realize one thing every Saturday that you could be anywhere else doing anything else, but you have decided to spend your Saturday with me. Even if you are joining us on the replay, I appreciate you so very, very much. All right. So, if you wouldn't mind, please make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you go to Miss Elaine Productions and hit that share button and make sure you subscribe. All right. And make sure you tell a friend. Bring a friend next week as well. We're going to be here at the same time, 11 o'clock in the morning, Central Standard Time. Every week we'll be here reading with you, story after story. And if you have a story idea, make sure you share it with me. All right. But one thing is for sure, make sure you keep reading. Read to your friends, read to your family members, and make sure they read to you. I have enjoyed this Saturday with you, and that has been my time. It's time for me to have my second breakfast. You all take care of each other, and keep reading. I love you. Bye now.